Okay, thank you so much, everybody, coming this evening for Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita class. So, we are reading from Adi Lila, chapter 4, text number 33, and the chapter 4 entitled as The Confidential Reasons for the Appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Recording in progress. So, जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा जय अद्वैता चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा. So the translation, so the shloka goes like that. Vrajera nirmala raga suni bhakta gana raga marge bhaje ye na chhadi dharma karma. Word meaning? Vrajera of Vraja, nirmala spotless, raga love, suni hearing, bhakta gana the devotees, raga marge on the path of spontaneous love, bhajai they worship, yena so that. Chadi giving up, dharma religiosity, karma fruitive activity. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ji ki jai. Translation. Then, by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Raja, devotees will worship me on the path of spontaneous love, abandoning all rituals of religiosity and fruitive activity. Purport. Many realized souls, such as Raghunath Das Goswami and King Kulashekhara, have recommended with great emphasis that one develop the spontaneous love of Godhead even at the risk of transgressing all the traditional codes of morality and religiosity. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, one of the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, has written in his prayers called the Manaha Shiksha that one should simply worship Radha Krishna with all attention. Na dharmam, na dharmam, shrutigana niruktam kilakuru. One should not be much interested in performing Vedic rituals or simply following rules and regulations. King Kulashekhara has written similarly in his book Mukunda Mala Stotra, text number 5. Nashta dharme navashu niche neva kamo page yad bhavyam tad bhavatu bhagavan purma karmanurupam etat prathamayam mama bahumatam janma janmantare api tavat padambho ruhayoga gata nishala bhaktir astu. I have no attraction for performing religious rituals or holding any earthly kingdom. I do not care for sense enjoyments. Let them appear and disappear in accordance with my previous deeds. My only desire is to be fixed in devotional service to the lotus feet of the Lord, even though I may continue to take birth here life after life. ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपिशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते. तप्त कांचना गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी परमामि हरिप्रिये. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पश्चाति देशतारिणी. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते कदम कानन स्वामी नामिने. So, dear devotees, here Sri Krishna, who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, is telling all of us, and especially particularly in this verse number 33, it's talk about that how a devotional service must be done, especially pure devotional service. It should not be mixed with any other thing, especially karma and jnana. So here Shri Krishna, he's saying that by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Raja means that how should we follow, or what type of things we should do in bhakti, that Mahajanas are already there on this path. And who are these great Mahajanas? The Brajvasis. Here the Lord is saying a devotee will worship me on the path of spontaneous love by following the pure love of the residents of Raja. Means the way the Brajvasi loved Lord Sri Krishna, we have to do the same thing. And most importantly, what we should do and what we should not do in this particular verse is saying abandoning all rituals of religiosity and fruitive activity. So this verse is talking about the pure devotional service that we should hanker for, and it should not be mixed by anything else. Yes. And if we see in Nectar of Devotion, okay, in Nectar of Devotion and Narad Pancharatra and Srimad Bhagavatam, the definition of pure devotional service is there. Very, very famous verse in Nectar of Devotion. It says, Anya abhilashita sunyam jnana karma adi anavritam anukulena Krishna anushilanam bhaktir uttama. Anya abhilashita means, is there any other desire if you have apart from doing devotional service? That must be shunya, that must be zero. Okay, especially janma, jnana and karma anavritam, it should not be mixed with jnana and karma. And the same thing it's talking about in today's verse, abandoning all rituals of religiosity and fruitive activity. The same instruction in Chaitanya Charitamrita, same instruction in Nectar of Devotion. So what should we do ahead? Anukulena Krishna Anushilanam. Do those things which is very dear to Krishna, or the way Krishna wants us to do. That type of, we have to do the pure devotional service. So here the same thing Lord is saying, follow the residents of Praja. I'm pretty much sure if you have observed or noticed, early in the morning when we chant Tulsi prayer or Tulsi Aarti, there a line come, like a verse come, that um, ए निवेदाना धारा सखीर अनुगता करो सेवा अधिकारो दिए karo niche dasi. That a nivedana, this is my only prayer. What is my only prayer? Sakhir anugata. Sakhir means that make me the followers of the Brajavasis. Same prayer. All the acharyas, if you say, they are saying the same prayer. Okay, make me the followers of the Brajavasis. In this verse, Lord is saying the same thing, and even in the Tulsi Maharani prayer, it's saying the same thing. E nive dana dharo, this is only my prayer. Sakhir anugata garo, that make me the followers of the Brajavasis. And in the Narada Pancharatra, again the definition of bhakti is there, pure bhakti. What is that? Sarva upadhi vinir muktam tat pratvena nirmalam rishikesha sevnar bhaktir uchyate. Sarva upadhi means ki whatever the fault designation we are having or stamping on or in our life, such as I'm someone's son, someone's father, someone's husband, I'm a president, I am this and that. All upadhis means all the designation. It must be go away. We have only one upadhi. And what is that? Gopi bhartyo pad kamleor das dasa anu dasa. Which is the same thing here is saying, that by hearing about the pure love of the pure love of the residents of Raja, devotee will worship me. The same thing is saying here, that please sarvopadhi tat pratavena nirmalam. Okay, and rishi kena rishi kesha means with our senses we have to satisfy the senses of Rishikesha, who is Lord Krishna. But how to satisfy the senses of Rishikesha? The example has been set up here by the Brajavasis, especially the gopis and others there. Yeah, and in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, it's also another It's a definition of a bhakti is savai pumso paro dharmo ato bakshi, oh sorry, jato bhaktir adokshaje ahitaki apriyata yayatmasu prasiddhiti. Ahitaki and apritihata, causeless, means uninterrupted and unmotivated. That means somebody should not be motivate us to do it. We should from within willing to do a lot of service for the Lord, especially the chanting of his holy name. Okay, here if you see in the purport, here Srila Prabhupada has given a two great personalities example, which is Raghunath Das Goswami and King Kulushekhara. The words Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here, na dharmam, it is from Manha Siksha. It is from the Manha Siksha, verse number 2. Here, because mana means mind, Siksha means instruction. So the instruction to the mind, because mind is the culprit here on the path of our devotional service. And it's no one's else mind, it's our own mind. Yeah. So here, Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, na dharmam, na adharmam. Shrutigana niruktam nilakuru. Vraja Radha Krishna Prachura Pracharyam Ihatanu Sachisunam Nandishwara Patistotve Guruvaram Mukunda Prishtatve Samara Param Ajashram Nanumana. Means is Raghunath Das Goswami is telling to the mind, oh mind, do not perform dharma or adharma. Okay, that is mentioned in the Shruti, Puranas, and Smriti everywhere. And what should you do? Instead of that, engage in intense service to the Radha Krishna which they are living in Vraja. Also, constantly remember the son of Sachi, who is the son of Lord of Nandishwar, means Nanda Maharaj. And remember the Guru who is most dear to Mukunda. As you can see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he took the sannyasa, okay, he was strictly following not to have any kind of association with women. Okay, he was a staunch sannyasi. He was setting an example for all the sannyasis how we should behave or act towards the opposite sex. So, but throughout his teaching, okay, first of all, one side he's setting an example not to associate with ladies, with women, but other side he is recommending all of us that following the footstep of the gopis. Because he has recommended the gopis are the number one or the topmost or the dearest worshipper to Lord Krishna. No one can worship Lord Krishna like gopis, the way gopis has done, especially Srimati Radharani here. Yeah, that is example. See, it looks like bit contradictory, but it is not contradictory, because the way they have served in a pure love, that is the pure love what we are talking about here. But here Srila Prabhupada writes that Lord Chaitanya is talking about the Raganuga Bhakti. He said Raga Marga Bhaje Yena Chadi, okay, which is spontaneous love. You find the information about the Raga Marga or Ragatmika Bhakti, Raganuga Bhakti in Nectar of Devotion very profoundly. Okay, the bhakti, Uttama Bhakti, has been defined into three categories. The first is Sadhana Bhakti, second is Bhava Bhakti, third one is Prema Bhakti. So in the Sadhana Bhakti, there are two categories, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. So here, Krishna is talking about the Raganuga Bhakti, because the Sadhana Bhakti means following the rules and regulation or the order of the spiritual master very, very strictly. Okay, when a person over the number of years, or when he's very sincere and is strictly following the rules and regulation and the order of the spiritual master, even he will become matured, then his sadhana bhakti takes the shape to the raganuga bhakti. That means he start doing a devotional service spontaneously means not outside any kind of a vedic injunction. Within the vedic injunction me, but he does with prema, because raganuga bhakti is not possible for anybody unless one is freed from the material contamination. Raganuga bhakti exists only on the level of prema. Sometimes people jokingly say among each other, oh Prabhu, I do whatever I do for the Lord spontaneously. That is my spontaneous love. No, you cannot come to the spontaneous. The qualification is to come on a raganuga bhakti or to the raganuga service, that we must be freed from the material contamination, especially the lust. The sex desire is very, very heavy. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Until and unless a person is still, under the grip of these six enemies, he cannot come to the platform of Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti means, anartha nivriti, that all the anarthas are gone and you are on the prema level. And that's what the gopis has done. And under the Raganuga Bhakti, there are two types of Raganuga Bhakti. एक कामानुगा भक्ति और एक संबंध रूप भक्ति, संबंध अनुगा भक्ति. So kamanuga bhakti, the gopis did with the conjugal love, with their kama. So what is the difference between by kama? What is the difference between by lust and a love? The lust is that whatever activity we do to satisfy our senses, and the love is whatever activity we do to satisfy the Lord's senses, which is, I quoted earlier, Rishikena Rishikesha Sevna Bhakti Ruchyate. That with our senses, when we satisfy the senses of Rishikesha, who is Lord Krishna, that is called Uttama Bhakti. That's what the standard the gopis set up, especially Srimati Radharani. So Kamanuga is been followed by gopis, and Sambandhanuga is been followed by Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, the cowherd boyfriends, and others, because they are having a good sambandha with that, but their service to the Lord, it's out of prema. It's not out of that I promised to my Guru Maharaj that I will chant minimum 16 rounds, I will do read books, I will do some service. This is called Vaidisana Bhakti. But a pansal, when a devotee himself inspired to do everything out of love to the Lord, that means he's transiting from Vaidisana Bhakti to Raganuga Bhakti. And it's not so easy. It's super difficult. It takes a lot of time, especially when you are staying in the brahmacharya ashram, or even the in householder life. So it becomes very difficult to inspire others and ask them, Prabhu, please come to the Mangala Arti 4:30. So the pressure is there, pressure of the guru, pressure of the peers, pressure of the seniors, pressure of the society, community. What other will think if I don't go at least once a week to Mangala Arti? So the pressure is there. What other will think? Am I still in the moment? you know am I still there? Am I still practicing or not? No, just to show our face and keep other people's mouth shut, we go and do a morning program. But no, it's not like that. When somebody inspires you, you don't inspires you, you still go out of love, because you feel your duty, that yes, it is my duty. Am I going to morning program? I will be also purified, plus Krishna will be pleased. If you see, if you all have been to Jaipur, to see Radha Govinda, that early in the morning the whole city comes to see Radha Govinda. Is there, are they, have they any promised to any of the spiritual master that I will go early in the morning to attend Manga Arti morning program, chant my rounds there? No, the whole city comes because they are falling in love with Krishna. Nobody inspired them. So that's why the love of the Brajabasis are like topmost. That's why we have to set an example, by seeing them what they are doing it, what kind of love. Parents, Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda, they are not just doing as ki because he's only my son. Of course, he's the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, but they were doing with intense love, because their love is very deep and very intense, because they can, even the cows, even the trees, even the plants of Vrindavan, what to speak about the human, the other species, they do service to the Lord out of intense love, because they are like fall in love with Lord Krishna. That's what the Lord here is saying, you know that we must follow the footsteps of Vraja here. And the same thing here, Mukund Malastor, which is King Kulukshetra, he's also telling that no matter according to my karma, whatever I get, I may become the king of the earth. Okay, I may become the perfect in religion rituals. I don't care, because due to my karma it is come and go. He's saying, let them appear and disappear in accordance with my previous deed. What is that deed? I have no attraction for performing religious rituals and holding an earthly kingdom. I'm not attached to any material designation, which I already quoted, which says Sarva Upadhi Vinurpata. We have to give up all the upadhis. And that's where here King Kurukshetra is giving up all the upadhis. Say, I don't care whether I want to be a king, I want to be a servant, I want to, do karma kanda or a jnana kanda. All I want, what I want, my only desire is to be fixed in devotional service to the lotus feet of the Lord, even though I may continue to take birth here, life after life. There are level of degrees to do devotional service. First of all, the person who is completely atheist, when he start having a faith in the words of the Lord, then he start doing something, maybe karma kanda, or maybe, yeah, following the Vedic scripture, start doing karma kanda. When he become perfect, then he comes to jnana kanda, which is, you can read in chapter 3 Bhagavad Gita, the section of this karma kanda, what do you call, the ladder of yoga ladder is there. Karma kanda, then karma yoga, then comes to jnana yoga, then comes to ashtanga yoga, then comes to bhakti yoga. The level, gradual progress is over there. But if someone becomes a very very fortunate to come into the association of a devotee, he can immediately surpass all of the steps and immediately go to doing bhakti yoga, which is the ultimate goal of everything, which is the perfect, you know which is the perfect sadhana of any other spiritual practitioners. Even Lord himself says in chapter 6 verse number 47 that this is my opinion. What is my opinion? That you should meditate upon me. Other things are may take time, okay, but a person can also get deviate by doing those sadhana, karma yoga, jnana yoga, and ashtanga yoga. As soon as you start getting the result, you actually deviate from the actual goal of your yoga, which is attaining the love of Godhead. So this is the love here Lord Krishna is talking about. It's not so easy. It's not so easy to get all those things. It takes a lot of time, lot of dedication. It depends how sincere the person is, because if you are not sincere, then your result of your bhakti will not fructify. It will take time. So we should have to remove any other desire whatever we have in our heart, because of course, Lord Krishna also says that there are four type of people, they come to him. So we don't know in this movement, because we all are individual. We have individual desires, individuals liking and disliking. We don't know why we are here. Who can tell this? Nobody except Krishna is in the heart. He only knows why this person is doing devotional service to me. Does he have any material desire? Want to get a good partner in the life? Want to succeed in terms of material wealth, name and fame, or whatnot? So, you know he says, ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajame aham. The way a person reciprocate with me, I also do bhajan according to the amount of his surrender. The way he deals with me, I deals with him with the same way. So we cannot cheat Krishna. We may tell the whole world, yes, I'm in love with Lord, I'm so and so, but internally I'm showing my love to Lord because I have some hidden motive, some hidden agenda to fulfill. But that's where Lord doesn't want that. If you see, especially the gopis and Nanda Baba, Yashoda, all the gopas, they were doing service to Krishna, not in terms of telling Krishna, you do something for me. Yes, we can see that in some past times where his father Nanda Maharaj calls him out, when he was in the grip of a snake, or Varuna kidnapped him, and many other scenes happened there. Agasura, all his boyfriends were asking him, Krishna, save us. So that was all the Leela, because they were so intense in love with Krishna. They didn't call anybody else. They didn't even call. See, if we get hurt, we start calling our parents, mommy, papa, whomever we love. But here, these cowherd boys, they didn't call their mummy and papa, they straight away called Krishna. So whether they are in a good time, they were calling Krishna. They were in the bad time, they were calling Krishna. See, in all situation, they were completely surrendered to Lord Krishna. Even though when they were going for cow herding with Lord Krishna, every time all the cowherd boyfriends, what they do, they ask their parents, especially their mothers, mother, they don't say, mother, what are you packing for me? They always say, mother, what are you packing for Krishna? Okay, because and they also says, okay, I am packing this for you, but make sure you also give to Krishna. First let Krishna eat, then if he leaves something, then you all can honor. But Krishna doesn't leave anything alone himself. He shares everything with everybody. So here we can see, the examples, the instruction is there by Lord himself ki what kind of bhakti we should do. Our Mahajanas are there, the gopis are there, Shila Prabhupada is there, all the acharyas are there, Mahajans are there. They are setting the great example that please make your bhakti pure. Yes, because in our initial stage we do have you know some contamination is there, because after billions of lifetime we have turned towards Lord Krishna. Okay, so whatever little bit impediments or contamination we have, we should meditate that let me do more bhakti, because bhakti is so powerful, it's so independent, that if you really sincerely desire that I should not desire anything else except the pure devotional service to the Lord, Krishna will award you with that. Krishna will definitely award you with that pure devotional service when he sees the person is really sincere, he's really determined to get me, and he's really working hard to get the pure devotional service, because we all are individuals. Okay, so if you know any residents of Raja that you think that your nature is matching with that person, then definitely we should hear more about that person ki how they have served Krishna. But before that, let this material contamination, which kama krodha lobha moha matsarya, that let it go. When you let it go, then you can slowly see the tears will is coming into your eyes as you chant Hare Krishna, as you do some service to the Lord, or as you hear Krishna Katha about Lord Krishna, or your taste has increased to hear Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, any other lecture. The more your taste has increased to hear the Krishna Katha, that means that you have walked or you are walking on the right direction. See how many of us, in our congregation are coming to hear all these things. Not many people are busy, or they are pretending to be busy, or sometimes we are also doing it, but they are few. I can see there are many people are here, 5-10 people, they do come here every day to hear Chaitanya Charitamrita. What a beautiful transmission there. Such a beautiful transformation has happened to our heart, or to our mind and our consciousness and our intelligence. Then we are eager to wait, every evening. Okay, let's hear Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, let's hear Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning. It's such a beautiful plan. Prabhupada says, if you stick to my instruction, then definitely you can go back to Godhead in this lifetime. So we should have the trust on the words of Guru and Gauranga. Even though in Mana Siksha, in verse number 2, which Srila Prabhupada also mentions here in the purport, here Raghunath Das Goswami made a very beautiful point here. He says, Sachi Sunam Nandishwara Pati Stutatve Guru Varam. That means here, of course, we have to worship Radha Krishna, that is our ultimate goal, but we cannot attain the love of Godhead without the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And to achieve the mercy of the Gauranga Mahaprabhu, we need to get the mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. To get the Lord, because he is Adi Guru. And to get the mercy of Lord Nityananda, we have to get the mercy of our own spiritual masters. How strictly we are following, because if you are doing deity worship every day in the morning, or if you have done deity worship course, you will know when we worship Radha Krishna. So first we worship Guru, Through Guru we worship Gauranga Mahaprabhu, through Gauranga Mahaprabhu we worship Radha Krishna. We cannot directly approach Radha Krishna without the help of Guru and Gora. Even though in our Gayatri mantra we have Brahma Gayatri, and then second one comes Guru Gayatri, then third one comes Gauranga Gayatri, and the fifth and sixth comes, Gopal Gayatri or Radha Krishna Gayatri. So we can see that there is a scenario, there is a step, gradual step to approach Radha Krishna. We cannot do that, so strictly we need to follow, otherwise where is the deal? Mukunda Preshta means one who is the favorite of he who liberates one from samsara. So Krishna is ready to give us, his name is Mukunda, he is ready to give us mukti, but that mukti is different from the mukti what Karm Kandi thinks, Jnana Kandi thinks, Jnana Yogi thinks. This is actually the love of Godhead, because while living in this material world, you can be mukt, you can be liberated by following the order of Guru and Krishna. That's why we have to strictly follow, the instruction of Lord Sri Krishna is saying, by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Raja, means it's not only we should only hear about the Lord from this picture, because when we say Krishna Katha, Krishna without his devotee is not possible. Krishna Katha without the Katha of his devotee is not complete. And if we are talking about the devotee and Lord's Katha is not there, that is also not complete. So they both are interrelated. They both are very close. If you see the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, it's not all about Lord and his pure devotee. Lord has not straight away saying you should worship me. He's saying the example has been already set up in front of you. There are many Mahajanas. You read about them, meditate upon them, and do the way they have set an example, but in a gradual process under the guidance of Guru and Gauranga. No mental speculation allowed. So that means ki even though if we are in our Varna Ashrama system, whatever rules we are doing, brahmachari, grasta, sannyasa, vanaprastha, yes, they are under one ashrama system, but gradually, and we do some rituals also there. We do also some kind of a ritual, like marriage is there, garbhadhana samskars are there, and many other things are there. But slowly, one day we also have to give up and take the full shelter of Lord Shri Krishna. It says in, I think it's in Canto 9 or Canto 8, where um, Shukracharya, he tells the Lord, that tantrascha mantrascha chidram desh kala araha vastuta sarvam karoti nischidram anusankirtanam tava. Means there will be always a discrepancy while performing the rituals, worshipping the deity, because not everybody comes on time, not everybody chants the mantra perfectly, not everybody offer the bhoga to the Lord in a proper cleanliness. There will be always a discrepancy here and there. It cannot be perfect. But as soon as your holy name, your kirtan starts, it nullifies everything. It balances everything. That's why the Lord's holy name is so important. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he really set up an example. If you read out his history, or sorry, his pastime, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he never discussed anything confidential or a very high esoteric topic in publicly. He was completely chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And whoever comes and asks him, he says the same thing, that my spiritual master told me that I am fool number one. Okay, I will not understand the Veda. All they ask me just to chant Hare Krishna. Yeah, publicly, because it's not there, because he's Krishna himself. Vedo Narayana Saksha, he's Narayan. So the Vedic scriptures comes from his mouth, and he himself saying ki, I cannot understand because my spiritual master has said to me that I will not understand. But it is not for himself, it is for the general public, because general public were taking him lightly, they were not taking him seriously. But if you see, but when he is with Sarup Damodar, and he is with Ramananda Rai, the whole night they were discussing about the very confidential pastimes. So the subject matter of the Lord should not be discussed in a very vast way with everybody. It should be restricted and confidentially with the devotees. If somebody wants to progress, we help them slowly, slowly. Okay, now you chant, you do some service, read some books, but there are some certain topics that we should not be discussed openly. It should be very, very confidential. But just by setting up the example, because other peoples are not up to that level, let them chant, let them do some service. When they become purified, then slowly, slowly Krishna will inspire them within their heart, so they will gradually grow in their bhakti, and they will start asking many very good questions to the spiritual masters or to everybody. Okay, I'll stop here and see if anybody has any questions regarding today's topic, so I may try to answer.
Uh, means, Prabhu, you said religiosity and fruitful actions, right? Those are the things, the impediments. So, in simple words, we can say with no expectations, also, right?
Prabhu,
At the same time.
it's a gradual progress, Prabhuji. Until unless we become matured in our bhakti, where there's no kama, krodha, lobha, moha, matsarya, we should not give them up. Like one of the ritual is that if you are in the household alive, then we have so many things to do. Marriage ceremonies are there, garbhadana samskars are there, and if somebody passes away, then we need to do the funerals and many other things are there. Yes. So to just to set the example publicly, we should do it, but internally we should meditate that these things not gonna help me out.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
understood. Prabhu.
है ना?
Alright, just to set an example for
Yeah,
people, so
yeah,
we should still follow those things as is,
yes,
but in the mind, you should be detached.
yes, Prabhu. You can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though he's Lord himself, and he's saying today's verse, okay. But you see, when his father passed out, what he did? He went to Gaya and he did the Shraddha ceremony. And Prabhupada writes over there that sometime, just to keep the mouth shut of the general people, sometimes we have to do all those things. Especially when he opened Krishna Balram temple on Ramanomi, April 1975. The Harinam is enough to do everything. By doing Harinam, you can install the deities. But just to keep the mouth shut of the Smarta Brahmanas or the local Brahmanas, he invited the local people, yes? And they were doing everything, Swaha, this and that, which is good. We should not, stop this. But when you get the higher taste, which is the Harinam are there, Prabhupada was emphasizing chant Harinam, chant the holy name more loud and they were going more louder than the local Brahmana priest. So when you do the Harinam, sufficient to take you back home to Godhead. Other things are ritual. If somebody is not have a full faith on the Harinam, let them do. You do other parts also and chant Harinam also. And slowly, slowly, when you become matured in your understanding and practicing, and when your heart is cleansed by the holy name, then you will start seeing the picture as clear as before.
Yes, Prabhu, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, because since if we don't do any of these religious activities, and people will take it as granted, and they will also just ignore all the shastras and all religious activities and saying, okay, this is enough, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's how people will go, right?
Yeah. That's
So
right.
to make them stick to shastras,
Yeah.
and we should perform all the rituals as per the shastras, and in mind we should always be detached.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Understood. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for the class.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
We
Agnes
don't
Prabhu.
have any questions. Just went deep into that definitions of bhakti that you were giving. Very nice, Prabhuji. I understood the difference and the transition. I could understand the transition levels between one level to another level.
Yeah, Mataji Prabhupada, gave everything. Acharyas gave everything. It is by their blessing I'm able to say anything. So everything goes to them.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for
Hare,
wonderful explanation. Prabhuji, today is Gopal Bhatta Goswami's disappearance day, so can you just put some light on his pastimes?
Well, as far as, because I didn't know that, even though if I could have known, then I can say, because yes, in India they are celebrating uh, along with his beloved deities Radha Ramanji. You know, he was, I think he was a son or he was a nephew of Venkat Bhatt, and he was in South India. And when he was quite young, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he met him when he went to South India for a tour for 6 years. During his 6 year trip, he went to meet Venkat Bhatt, and there he saw Gopal Bhatt, and he was so young, you know, like a baby, maybe not baby, like 5 6 years old or 7 years old. And during his childhood, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him not to get married. He says, ki, when you grow up, go to Vrindavan and be under the Goswamis and get trained, and then you know you'll be all right. And then he came here, and he had a beautiful Shila. He had a beautiful Shila, you know, and then Shila that took the form, because he was crying. He says, ki, somebody gave him the jewelries and the clothes, and then he saw ki all the Goswamis have their actual deities, you know, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govind Dev Ji, Radha Gopinath Ji. So everybody is dressing, putting the ornaments on and dresses and so and so. And mine one is only round round. You know, what can I do? More than that. And then if I'm not wrong, it may be a Narshinga Shila. If I'm not wrong, sorry for that. If I'm giving you a wrong one, but I can't remember. And then one day when he was crying, and next day when he woke up, and then he woke up with this beautiful, form manifested, and the Goswamis gave the name, and the news spread all over the Vrindavan. Ki, look at that. Gopal Bhatt Goswami's Shaligram Shila took the form of a deity, a small, tiny little deity, and all the Goswamis came and um, they gave the name, Radharaman, a very beautiful. And it's been also been said that I don't know, maybe Lord's face is like Lord Gopinath, because he's a combination of all the deities, Radha Madan Mohan, Gopinath, and Radha Govind Jevdi. So I think his legs meet to Radha Madan Mohan, chest maybe Radha Govind Dev Ji, and face maybe Radha Gopinath. Either maybe in some ordinance. So it is there. Yeah, he's still there. And Gopal Bhatt Goswami's Samadhi is also there next to the temple in Vrindavan if you go there. And next to his Samadhi, there is a very beautiful a temple is also there where Radha Ramanji appeared under that tree. Under that tree, so he's also. I mean, many people. He's one of the sweetest. What do you call? A
Cute
very
form.
cute form, very 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 cute form. If you see, sometimes he smiles when you
Yeah,
take the photo, sometimes he not smiling.
yeah.
And even the scientists, even the many scientists, what do you call, archaeologists, one time it's been said that they came to check out whether this DT has any joints, but they didn't find any joints. I mean, if it's a stone, one sense, we don't say stone, but just from material point of view, if we have a stone, then we get the arms together and head together, legs together, so there is some joint there. But when they found out this did it, there is not even a single joint. It's a full fledged with a one shila.
Yeah.
Yeah, and many people from our ISKCON people also go, and I know one of my god sister from Japan or Korea something. She's not moved to Vrindavan for last 6 7 8 years, and not even a single day she has missed that she's not going to see Shri Radha Raman every evening. She goes every evening, and she look at him or see him for hours and hours. Even the local priests know her very very well.
So
So
nice.
yeah, they are, I mean, they are very magical. If you have any If you go ever, please go and take the darshan and do some service to them, and ask for the benediction. So, you can have a pure love like the gopis or the brajvasis have.
Mm. Also, Prabhuji, like how you mentioned that Mataji goes and asks. So, one of our devotees in congregation,
Yeah,
like Mataji and that Prabhuji's place, always they have kirtan at their place, and they have just a frame, but very beautiful, right? Radharaman frame.
yeah,
And every time when we were chanting, singing, and dancing, and we were watching, and sometimes really he shows teeth. And I told my Sakhis, see, now you see, we can't see the teeth, and after some time, when very nice, and always Kirtan is so like aesthetic in their place.
yes,
Everybody is
Mataji.
dancing and singing also very nicely. And after some time, maybe after a couple of hours, we can see teeth also.
Yeah,
Means he is there always. Only
yeah,
we should have that divine eyes, like to see.
yeah,
He's showing the form. So
yeah.
definitely, Prabhuji, yeah, he
Yeah, Lord
showed.
says, "Na ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajami." So the
Yes,
way you do
he
worship
showed.
to me, I'll do also the same thing to you.
Yeah.
So whatever the heart is there, then he opens up himself to everybody. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandapanama Kushbu Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Anuradha Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I have a question regarding the like when we have in a Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentioned in, that one should be very careful about the movement. Like when we are moving out and talking, one should be very careful because it has its reactions. So when we read, we have such a deep sense of that understanding to whom to talk to, like with the karmis, how to deal with the karmis, and how much you can engage with them and not to engage, and then spend more time with the devotees and all
Mm-hmm.
that. So now my question is that that mood comes and you strongly start like acting onto those terms. So if your family maybe not into this, but when you come in association, your nature becomes very subtle to feel things around, and also when you're doing things at home, you like they have a tendency to forget. So how to balance, how to remember this, which is a very profound statement, which has been talking to me since I have read this paragraph. When meditating onto it, when I'm doing my things at home, I'm like forgetting and I'm totally into that different mode.
Hmm.
Like you give your 100%, be present what you're doing, but so how I can keep that mood throughout the day, like.
Mataji, you already know the answer, even though you have said in your question while explaining your questions. See, Mataji, it is just the practice. Abhyasena tu kaunteya. Lord is saying it's not easy because we are not in a very easy place. This is America. The modes of nature, especially the passion and ignorance, is so high. Everybody is completely into passion and ignorance. When we go to the office, when we go to the market, and we are seeing all these people taking the aura of their passion and ignorance, and when we come into contact with them, other by passing, like passing through like that, so they give some of their energy to us, and we also get affected by those passion and ignorance. Have you ever noticed? Other day I was saying in my lecture, not here, I went in somewhere else. So I was just saying that if you ever feel that if you're going to shopping center, and if you have made up your mind that I'm going to buy one or two things, but sometime you see your car boot is just end up with 10, 20 items. You see, oh, I'm going to buy this also, I'm going to buy that also, I'm going to buy this also, even though you never thought to buy all those things. It is just because when people are there, they are eager to have materialistic desire to buy all those things. When you come into the contact of those people, and when you are not spiritually strong, so they takes you over and they give their desire to you. Okay, and then when those things comes into your mind or your consciousness, then you start buying those things, and then you end up while seeing, hang on, I just came only for two items which I really needed, but I end up buying another 10 items. So we need to be very, very careful, Mahaprabhu says asat sanga tyaga. As soon as possible, or as far as possible, try to avoid the association of these, materialistic people. You only go to work to give Krishna consciousness to other, not to take their, vibration, whatever is there. Just do your best, do your rounds early in the morning, read as much as. And prayers, I'm telling you, prayers are so powerful, so powerful. If those prayers has been said in a very sincere mood, so I guarantee you that those prayers never be unheard. Krishna answer those prayers. If it's really genuinely, it's been done with the bottom of your heart. Ki, Krishna, I'm really stuck in this material world. Whenever I go, I get affected by the modes. I'm such a poor soul. I cannot, help myself. I definitely need your help. I mean, a jiva is so insignificant. We are so insignificant. How can we fight against the Maya? Lord is saying, Devi Esha Gunamai Mam Maya Duratya, this divine energy of mine, she's mine. If Krishna is so powerful and her energy is so powerful, we are so insignificant. But Lord is also saying, Mam Evaya Prapadyante Mayam Etam Taranti. The person who surrenders into me, I save that person. So the degree of surrender we are surrendering to the Lord, that much Lord will save us. Please do always prayer to the Lord, before going to the bed, waking up early in the morning, to your guru, to Goranga. Actually, one time Srila Prabhupada, he said in his lecture, he said ki my nini, who said that? Yeah, one of his student asked Prabhupada ki, Prabhupada, how come you are so fearless? You can boldly say ki I can kick the Maya with my boot. How can you say that? Because Prabhupada says, because I pray every day strongly in front of the deities. Please protect me from your Maya. Because I pray strongly, so I can say strongly. Make sense?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
That
So
is
the
true.
yeah. So if you see the Srimad Bhagavatam, what is it is? The Srimad Bhagavatam is full of prayers. Kunti prayer, Bhishma's prayer, Prahlad prayer, Dhruva prayer, Pracheta's prayer, Shiva's prayer, Gopi's prayer. Everyone is praying, praying, praying with the full understanding to surrender. I am nothing. I am nothing. Please protect me. When you say I am nothing, because Krishna is so clever, he's asking 100% surrender. He's not asking 80%, 70%, 60%. He wants 100% surrender. When you say, Krishna, I'm 100% surrendering to you, please kindly protect me, and see the magic for the whole day. You have been protected by these, negative vibrations, or whatever you can say, vibes. You're done. He will help you. Prayers, please do along with your chanting. And then sincerely prayer, not just because I'm going to work, help me. No, even though I am at work, even though I am not at work, all time, my Lord, give me protection, because without your help I am nothing. I cannot be protected by anywhere. Because it says, Rakhe Krishna, Mare Krishna, Rakhe ke. But just to have the favor, we need to do something for the Lord. Services are there, holy name is there, sincere prayers are there. So that has to be done.
That's right. So thank you so much. It's
Hare
very
Krishna.
interesting. Yeah. It has happened so drastically, and I study in the library in a quiet room, and it was like resonating so profoundly in me. As soon as I stepped out, came home, started doing, I said, "Oh my God, it's
Hmm.
going somewhere." I felt within a half an hour things has changing.
Yeah, Mother.
So yeah, like I felt like too tempted to have a golgappa. I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm calling my Prabhuji. You want to get some golgappa?" I said, and he said, "Yeah, yeah, I can get you." I said, "No, no, no. Wait a minute. I will make garbi, so I'll make this. I'm not getting you. Are you sure?" I said, "No." Yes, I'm 100% sure. No, I'm not getting golgappa. I
Yeah.
better to have the prasad what I'm making. So
Yeah.
I have to literally, force my mind into convert things. Like it's going so drastically, shifting from
Hmm.
one thought to another. So I have to say no to it and, yes to the right thing. So it's going so quickly in my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, please, Mataji, make your prayer strong now. Make
Yes,
more sincere and strong. And the
yes,
way today's verse says, it should not be mixed with any kind of your personal desire. Let it be. Who cares for am I going to live or not, I have a problem in my body or not, am I earning money or not, if somebody is giving me honor or not, who cares, do not just ask all those things. It is karma, which is Kulashekara Maharaj, he said the same thing now in text number 2 days. I don't care whether I want to be a king of the planet, or I want to be a master of doing sacrifices. I don't care. I just want to serve the lotus feet of the Lord Shri Krishna. This is such a deep meditation. Yeah, we need to think, ki what I am adding into my prayers. Is it really my prayers are pure, or it is mixed with many of my shopping list inside? you know Maybe it's a shopping list of my own personal agenda. So